So I'll be very swift in the discussion kasi yun naman po ay present na sa inyong manual. But I'll make sure that you understand all the concepts that we are to discuss today. So let me just share my screen. While I'm sharing my screen, kindly open po your cameras for me to see inyo pong faces during the discussion. So, hindi tayo mag-start habang wala po ng naka-open ng camera. Okay. So, later on in our discussion, I'll be calling names since I have already your index cards. No. So, I'll be calling names for you to answer. Some of the questions we'll be dealing with later. Okay. So, for the drill bits discussing chapter 2, rotary drill bits. No. So, by definition, drill bits, we have already discussed this one last time, is a tool used to crush or cut rocks. So, in our case, sa drilling engineering, syempre, it is part of the drill stem. Siya yung nasa dulo. And siya yung mismo nagiging cutting tool for the formation in order for us to penetrate through the formation para magkaroon tayo ng access doon sa ating pay zone or doon sa probable or prospect location of these hydrocarbons. No? So, everything daw po on the drilling rig directly or indirectly assists the bit in crushing or cutting the rock. So last time, if you could remember during our discussion noong face-to-face, so we have specified those parameters that affects yung ating bit in terms of wearing. However, indirectly, it is somehow connected with how the bit penetrate through the formation. No. So if you could remember, Jules asked some questions with regards to those, kung paano siya nakaka-apekto. And I have explained it to you na in terms of the mathematical equation that we have used, particularly the tooth wear equation and the bearing wear equation or the bearing wear parameters, those specific properties or parameters such as weight on bit, yung rate of penetration as well as the rotary speed, no. So those are the sum of the parameters that affects yung indirectly affects yung atin pong crushing of the formation. Okay. So if you could remember, I have mentioned that this one is one of the type based on or according to the cutter structure. Diba we have two. We have the fixed cutter bit and we have the roller cone bit. No. So this particular image present on your manual is a roller cone bit or a type of a roller cone bit, given the fact that in the image you can see there are 3 cones that is adjacent with one another on a circular motion, or I mean on a circular manner. No, so we have here the family tree of the drill bits. So I'll be showing you a photo of each type on the next or the on this tab here. So this one I'll be asking permission muna with Sir Arnel if I can disseminate this particular I can disseminate this particular power. Please, Raymond, this particular PowerPoint for you to see or for you to view. No. So I'll be showing you some of the types of the drill bits. So if you could remember dito sa ating manual, yan. The first type of the bit that was given on the PowerPoint is a milled tooth bit under roller cone. So this is the roller cone and it is classified as milled tooth. And yan po yung itsura niya. No? So yan. As you can see, there are milled tooths that are triangular in shape. No. Then we have here the insert bit. No. So this is the second type of a roller cone. So insert bits naman po siya. In terms of the structure of its teeth, we have here the inserts. So it is circular in the manner of its attribute or its physical appearance. No, so circular po siya. Unlike sa milled tooth, siya ay triangular in shape. Okay, so particularly the material used for these inserts ay yung tungsten carbide. No, so this tungsten carbide is technically an inorganic compound. So inorganic compound siya. Literal na yung tungsten nagkaroon ng reaction with carbon. In order for you to bind or to have this particular material. No. Then, we're done with the types of roller cone bits. We have now the first type of fixed cutter bit. And basically for fixed cutter bit, majority of all the types are made of diamonds. The first one here is the natural diamond bits. And if you could notice dito sa ating family tree, the diamond bits, the natural diamond bits is a subordinate of this one. Sa second layer ng ating family, we have the diamond. So specifically, it's the natural diamond. And this is also the other perspective of this natural diamond. Yeah. Ito yung parang bottom view niya. Yung kita niyo mismo ilalim niya. The next, we have the PDC. So under our family tree again, PDC, siya yung lone na type along with diamond on the second layer of the family. So PDC, ganito yung itsura po niya. From yung PDC, it means that yung kanya pong ang tawag doon, acronym ba yun? Yung acronym niya is polycrystalline diamond compact bits, no? So and as you can see here, somehow yung atin pong teeth na ginamit or yung itong mga compacts na ito yung black, siya po ay hindi directly facing the formation. It is somehow slanted, no? Yung kanyang orientation. Okay? Next, let's have the next one. Yan, ito yung sa other perspective for that PDC bits. Then we have here the TSP or the thermally stable polycrystalline bits or the polycrystalline diamond compact bit. So basically, this one is applicable or most likely seen on HPHT wells. What do you mean by HPHT wells? Anyone? Ano pag sinabi HPHT wells? Yes, Mark Andre. Okay, so technically from the term high pressure, high temperature wells, these are wells that is in terms of the pressure and the temperature ay hindi siya common. So medyo mataas siya compared sa mga normal na formation or sa mga normal na wells. Ano? So basically, this particular type of bit is applied to those wells or those types of wells in order for it to withstand the high pressure and the high temperature condition doon sa ating well. No, kasi if in case na yung normal pong bit or normal type ng bit yung gamitin natin, ang mangyayari, it can affect the performance of the bit. It can also affect the integrity of the bit, which makes it more susceptible to wearing or more susceptible to some types of drilling failure mechanism. No, so later on we'll be discussing those drilling failure mechanism. Next, so ito yung other perspective for this TSPs, TSP bits, I mean. Then lastly, we have the last type, diba? We have already the TSP. Then the last one is yung impregnated diamond bit. For impregnated diamond bit, we have here this one. Yan. Kung makikita nyo yung itsura niya, kakaiba talaga siya. No? So, kitang-kita nyo naman po yung differences in their physical attributes or its physical structures. Diga? So, no need to explain doon sa kanilang differences. No? So these are the families of the bits. One example, for example, dito we have a PDC bit, at which it is considered as a fixed cutter and also a drill bit. No. So as you can see, you can already see kung anong type siya ng bit in terms of its cutter structure. Okay po. So let's proceed dito sa ating manual. Let's go back here. Let us discuss this one. So we have here a bearing assembly. No? So ano ba pag sinabing bearing assembly? So a bearing assembly daw po is a device that sits between the cone and its attachment to the legs of the bit to reduce the force of friction. No? Kasi our bit is subjected to this friction since it is in contact with our formation. So syempre, the friction can produce heat, large amount of heat. And this heat can affect, kaya sabi ko sa inyo kanina, it can affect the performance of the bit. And along with drilling fluid or drilling mud, kaya if you could remember during our discussion, I have mentioned that one of the purpose of a drilling mud is to cool the bit, diga? And to, along with cooling, it's the lubrication or lubricating property of it. So along with that, along with the bearing assembly, also with the drilling mud, so yun yung kanilang isang purpose para ma-reduce yung friction. Then, on the case of the drilling mud, it is more of post-preventive measure. No, kasi syempre, hindi naman maiwasan na magkaroon ng friction between the bit and the formation. So, ang tendency, yung atin pong drilling mud, siya po yung nagsiserve as the absorbent. Siya yung nag-absorb mismo ng heat. Kasi in terms of the component ng drilling mud, majority, almost every time siya ay water-based, no? And water, we know that it has a high specific heat, so it can absorb immense amount of heat. Okay? So, yung roller cones po natin uses 3 types of bearings. We have here the ball bearings, roller bearings, and lastly is yung journal bearings. But doon sa ating family tree, you can already you can only see 2 types, yung roller and the journal. Kasi yung ball bearing somehow, it is a subordinate of this roller. I mean yung ball, it is a subordinate of the roller bearing. No? So later on, we'll see kung ano yung pinagkaiba-iba po ng dalawa. Yung major types, yung roller and the journal. Okay. So for this roller cone types of bits, yung itong nasa left side, yung picture natin, we have common bit issues that we face, syempre, during the drilling operation. One is the hard facing. So, ano ba pag sinabing hard facing? So, basically, there is a harder material, and since the harder material and the softer material is in contact, ang tendency, yung softer material will deteriorate. So, nagkakaroon po siya ng, yun yung tinatawag na hard facing. So, since there is a presence of hard material, for example, on our case, yung softer material po natin is, let's say, it is the bit. Then the harder material is the formation. When we encounter hard formations, ang tendency is magkaroon ng hard facing doon sa ating bit. So, nagiging ganyan siya. Ito yung itsura niya. No. And one of the possible cause of this one is, syempre, hindi na consider yung hard formation dun sa ating reserva. So, yung sa paggamit natin, actually, hindi naman siya maiiwasan kasi since our formation is heterogeneous in general, we are considering only the majority or yung major parts niya, or yung, in terms of the percentage, is yung, for example, yung atin pong reserva is karamihan is soft formation naman. However, there are parts that is considered as hard formation. Since in the design of the drill bit, syempre, we are to use yung mga bit that is designed for soft formation. Kasi kapag hard formation yung hard formation yung ginamit natin, ang tendency is it can affect or it can slow the drilling. Kasi syempre, soft formation, in terms of the texture ng formation, sticky po siya. Tendency, it can stick through between the teeth of our bit, no? So it can slow the drilling, and once the drilling is slowed, yung ating ROP will be also slowed. Syempre, it can affect the drilling operation time, no? Another common bit issue that is encountered is itong ball bearing retention failure. So tendency na aalis nga yung ball bearing doon sa mismo ano. So yun lang yung simple explanation siya. Due to external forces that is acted upon dito sa ating bit. Next, we have the threaded ring failure. So for the threaded ring failure, as you can see here, yung ating ring, yung ring structure dito, literal na siya ay nag-wear, ano. So napudpud siya, literally, ano. That causes it to fail. Okay, for the cone design, so yung mahalaga lang naman dito is yung journal angle, no. So wherein yung journal angle daw po is the angle that is formed between the axis of the journal and the horizontal. So kung yung journal natin is nakaganon, so the horizontal is this one. So ito yung angle niya, no. This angle, let's say it is angle theta. Yun nga natin ano yung journal niya. Yung angle niya. Let's say yung journal is somehow slanted. So ito yung ano, angle, yung journal angle na tinutukoy. Okay. Okay, for roller cone bits components, we have this one. So I won't be specifying each component. So kita niyo naman siya sa picture if it's not clear on your module or on your end. So this one is the clearer version of it for you to see. Okay, for the cone design, so we have a reduced offset and increased offset. So this reduced offset, it's basically applied for soft formation. And this increased offset, wherein yung offset po natin is 3 to 5 degrees, is applied for hard formation. Now, based on the given description here, yan. As you can see, syempre for reduced offset, somehow it is more durable since it is designed for soft formation. However, in terms of the phasing of the drilling operation, it is slower. Bakit? Kasi since it is soft formation, malambot yung formation nating na ano. Syempre, in terms of the texture or yung mismong physical attributes ng ating formation, siya ay malambot or sticky in nature. So, ang tendency, it can reduce the speed or the rotary speed of the bit or the rotary bit, no. So which causes it to slow the drilling operation. Okay, why is it ano for but baliktad? I think this is baliktad pala, no. In terms of din naman sa increased offset, baliktad lang to kasi this one is for the soft. Increased offset, ito yung sa soft and sticky. Faster drilling po siya, however, less durable. Ang nangyayari, there is, wait, I can't think of the right term for that. Ang nangyayari, kaya siya nagiging less durable, syempre. Yung mga soft formation, are you familiar with conglomerate? So, yung conglomerate, in a soft version, siya ay merong mga foreign material that is present on that particular formation. And syempre, yung mga foreign materials na yun generally yung material na nagsesement doon sa mga foreign materials is soft in nature. But yung mga material itself, sila po ay hard. So, ang tendency, mas maraming harder materials or yung harder but it is in terms of its size is smaller, mas maraming na-encounter na ganun. So, tendency is maging less durable yung ating bit kasi mas marami silang na-encounter na ganung types of materials. Yung maliliit na matitigas, no? But generally, it is soft formation. Ano? Pero meron lang mga materials, small materials that is present doon sa ating formation. Okay, for the cone profile, we have here the round and the flat cone profile. Later on the IADC bit classification or yung nomenclature natin for bit, we'll be discussing this one. No, so for the round and the cone profile. No, for flat cone profile, so basically it is more applicable on hard and abrasive formations. And also, syempre, kapag hard and abrasive formation, it is more of slower yung ating drilling phase, but it is more durable. No, but on the other end, we have here the round cone formation profile. I mean, this one is designed for soft and sticky formation. No, since it is soft and sticky formation, it could be less durable. However, it can be at a fast rate or a fast phasing. Okay, we have here the cutting structure. No, so we have, syempre, for the cutting structure, we identify our formation into three in terms of the hardness. So we have the soft, we have the medium. So this medium is pertaining to the hardness, not to the size. We have the soft, medium, and the hard formation. And also, since we classify this formation into three, we also classify the bits that is designed for that for those specific types of formation into three then as well. Now, so we have for the soft formation, bits that are designed for soft formation, bits that are designed for medium formation, and bits that are designed for hard formation. Okay, in terms of the tooth cutter structure, yan, can someone give me a conclusion with regards to this image here, yung two image natin? I'll be calling from the index card. Nandito ba si Cyril? Nandito ba si Cyril Drake? What can you infer from this particular image on the right side of our presentation? Nansan po si Cyril?
Hello po, sir.
Yan. What can you infer from this particular image or diagram?
Dun po sa ito pong tooth cutter structure po.
Okay, what can you say about it in terms of, di ba there's a description naman or there are description written below each photo?
Siguro po, sir, ay yung pong sa shape nung shape po nung nasa baba yung parang triangle na. Hindi ko lang po alam kung drill bit po yun. So yung shape po nun, siguro. Talagay po ay faster drilling, less durable. Tapos dun po sa isa ay slower drilling, more durable po.
Okay, so yung sinabi ni Cyril is more of an input, no? So I need a conclusion with regards sa input ni Cyril. So he mentioned already the obvious there. Let's have Aina Nicole.
Sir, wait lang po.
Can anyone help Aina? Yes, Sophia.
Sir, based po dun sa sinabi po ni Cyril po, yun po, yung tip po is longer tapos po sharper po, tas pointed po siya. base po din sa picture po. So, ano po, parang allow po siya para maging faster po yung penetration po. Tapos po ay yung sharp po na tip po, parang mas mabilis po na ma-wear po o ma-break po nang easily po sa pag nagdi-drill po ng formation po.
Okay, thank you. So basically, as you can see, the more teeth that is present in terms of the frequency or the number or the quantity of our teeth that is present dun sa ating bit, syempre, it is more of designed sa mga more durable or sa mga harder formation. However, it can be of, the facing, it could be of slow. No, on the other hand, we have here a figure wherein yung frequency or the number of the teeth is somehow smaller compared to this one. And this particular type of bit with less amount of teeth is designed for less durable formation, or in terms of ano siya ay soft. However, it is more of faster drilling. Okay? Nagigets po yung difference nung dalawa. Okay. So, yan, as you can see here, meron tayong comparison sa pagdami ng ating teeth ng bit. This is particularly, ano nga specific type ng bit ito? Based on what I have shown you earlier, di ba? I have shown you all the types of the bit. Ano ang type ng bit itong present dito sa image natin? Siyempre, it is a roller cone. So, ano siya? Insert bit or milled tooth? Yes, Maria. Luisa.
Mill po, sir.
Okay, so this one is a milled tooth bit. Ano? So, basically, it's under roller cone. Okay, for next, you have here the insert bit cutter structure. For insert bit cutter structure, so this is particularly for anong types ng bit? Siyempre, insert bit. Nasa taas naman. So, siya ay designed for insert bit. Ano, so for these types of bit, as you can see, there are different inserts. Ang tawag dito ay inserts, no? Yung mga bilog na para siyang bala. So, yan. So, siya po could be designed for soft, medium, and hard formation. And yung difference po niya, syempre, pag soft ng formation, pag haba, as you can see, medyo mahaba siya or medyo mapayat siya in terms of its diameter. Then, kapag harder formation, medyo ponggok siya or maliit. Then, medyo wide siya in terms of the diameter. Mataas yung diameter po niya. Okay. Okay, we're done with the two roller cone. Then, we have here the jet nozzle placement for the roller cone. So, the jet nozzle placement for the fluid circulation is here. Ito siya. Ito yung location po niya. However, there are some bits that designed with extended nozzle. So, what do we mean by extended nozzle? Diba, normally, dito nakikita yung ating, yung ating nozzle. But yung extended nozzle, it is directly adjacent with the formation. Okay? So, siya ay directly facing the formation. So, para saan ba yung nozzle na yan? So, dyan po lumalabas yung ating drilling fluid and the drilling na ating nilalagay doon or finifill doon sa ating annulus or sa borehole. Okay po. Clear yun? Guys, with regards sa roller cone, do you have any questions? Okay, let's proceed with fixed cutter bits. Okay, for the cutter materials, for this particular type of bit, are formed with high pressure and temperature process. So technically, these are formed, kumaga, minomold po yung shape po niya in subject with high pressure and high temperature. So technically, these are mostly metals, and some of the materials that is being used for this particular type of bit ay inorganic in nature. Okay. So, literal na nagkakaroon ng artificial making of these diamond crystals. Kasi if you could remember, yung atin pong fixed cutter bit, yung kanya pong material is diamond in nature. So, in terms of the artificial diamond crystals, these are yung tinatawag nating synthetic diamonds, no? So, we have here a shear revisited PDC or polycrystalline diamond compact. So, ito yung itsura po niya. Yeah. And as you can see, it is in the form of different diameter. So, iba-iba yung kanyang kapal in terms of the diameter. And as you can see here, we are to consider the cutter back rake angle. Okay, for the cutter back rake angle, this is the angle of orientation of the cutter from the true vertical. So basically, the true vertical is this one. No, hindi ko pala naalis yan. And as you can see, the cutter back rake angle can be computed or can be quantified if yung ating PDC cutter is facing to the right, yung atin pong angle is quantified clockwise. So, clockwise po yan. So, from the true vertical, clockwise, i-measure natin siya clockwise. Yun yung cutter back rake angle natin or the gamma. And if it is facing to the left, just like this one, diba this is facing to the left, yung atin pong measurement ng cutter back rake angle from the true vertical is counter clockwise. Clear po? Ba't pala nang naka-open ng camera? Clear po iyon? Okay. So, in terms naman po of the body material, yan. If you could remember, the IADC bit classification under drilling technology, di ba you have taken it last year? Yung code that is allotted for a fixed cutter bit is, it is composed of alphanumerical code. The first one is the alphabetical element, then the last three is all numerical in terms of its element. So yung ating alphabetical part for the fixed cutter may only be, dalawa lang siya, it's either M or S. So it could be steel or it could be matrix in nature. Okay, so steel, so siya ay more of metal. Then in terms of matrix, more of ano siya, inorganic compound. So we have here again, so ito yung types of matrix, yung tungsten carbide, one of the type of the matrix. So we have here the bit profile. Actually, I cannot see the difference between these two doon sa C and R. I mean, in terms of its relationship with the alphabetical or yung mismong letter na dedicated for each profile. Cannot see kung bakit siya naging C. I cannot see kung bakit ito naging R. But there are still difference, no, in terms of the profile. And syempre, meron niyang effect doon sa ating drilling. Then we have here the cutter arrangement. For the cutter arrangement, it is subdivided into 3. So the first one is the cutter density. Then we have the cutter exposure. For cutter density, if you would remember, this one is yung parameter na ginamit natin upon dealing with the calculations under this one, diga, if you could remember. Then, for cutter exposure, more of yung exposure po niya with the formation, depending on the angle, and how, yung in terms of the surface area that is somehow adjacent with the formation. Then we have the fluid circulation. So for fluid circulation, ito naman ay paulit-ulit na natin sinasabi, yung interference ng ating drilling fluid and drilling mud with our drilling bit. So most probably, there is kumbaga, there is an effect in terms of its mechanism. Okay, then lastly, we have here the rock failure mechanism, yung nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina. So we have different rock failure mechanism for each type of bit. So yan, hindi ko na lang siya isa-isahin, pero yan po iyan. Ano? So we have fluffing for natural diamond, for PDC naman ay shearing, and such, and so on and so on. So yung PDC, kaya siya shearing, if you could remember, yung PDC is somehow slanted. Siyempre, yung shearing forces, if you could remember, shearing is more of nagsasalubong yung forces natin. And in terms of the formation, or yung relationship between the formation and the bit, nagkakaroon siya ng shearing force or shearing mechanism. Okay. Then we have here the bit application spectrum. Okay. I would like to ask some of your insights about this particular graph relating penetration rate and the formation compressive strength. So I'll be hearing some of your insight with this one. Let me call on Giovanni. What can you say about this bit application spectrum? Bakit nawala na naka-open cam? Ako magtatawag ng di naka-open cam din. Din na lang ako magtatawag. Wala naka-open cam sa aking end. I-reshare ko nga. Tingnan ko kung meron. Okay. Nasaan si Giovanni? What can you say about this particular graph relating the penetration rate, the formation compressive strength, and also the type of the bit?
Sir, based po sa observation, ayun po, based naman po sa naka-indicate po yung penetration rate and yung formation compressive strength. So, masasabi ko po is, ayun po yung limitations and kakayanan po ng bawat drillers po natin. Example po yung PDC, mill tooth, insert. So, yun po yung relationship po nila sa penetration rate and formation compressive strength po.
Okay, thank you. So it's good that you highlighted that there is this limitation. Yung term mo is limitation in terms of the drill bit. So basically, it is true, no, that each drill bit has its limitation in terms of kung saan lang siya mas applicable in terms of the formation compressive strength and also in terms of penetration rate. But on a larger note, can I get some insight with regards doon sa mathematical relationship between the penetration rate, formation compressive strength, as well as its bit type? Yes, Jello.
Audible naman po, sir.
Yes.
Ayun po. Dagdag na lang po dun sa sinabi ni Mr. Gismundo po. I-highlight ko na lang din po yung mga colored region po sa graph po. Yung PDC, milty, insert, tsaka yung impregnated natural diamond. Ayun. Yung mga region po, nagre-represent po siya kung saan po best na magagamit yung each na mga bits po na yun. For example po sa PDC, since nasa may taas po siya ng penetration rate, mataas po, tapos lower po yung formation compressive strength niya. It means po, best po siya sa soft to medium po na mga formation po. Tapos, yun din po yung sa iba. Tapos, yung sa impregnated naman po and diamond bits, since nasa may pinakadulo po siya ng compressive, tapos lower po ng penetration, edi ano po siya, good po siya for very hard na mga formation po.
Okay, thank you for that insight. So basically, that is the specific insight that I am looking forward for you to see or for you to notice. But on a general note, as you can see, the relationship between the penetration rate and also the formation compressive strength, syempre, there is an inverse relationship. You can already see that there is an inverse relationship. What do I mean by this inverse relationship? So as you can see, when the bit, regardless of the type of the bit that we are to use, as the bit is designed for a harder formation, syempre, pagtaas ng formation compressive strength, pag hard or pagtigas ng ating formation. So as the bit, disregarding of the type of its type, is designed for harder formation, yung penetration rate po niya is somehow limited or mababa pa yung kanyang ROP. On the other end, in terms of this PDC here, syempre, it is only designed for soft formation. However, in terms of the penetration rate, mataas po siya. Nagigets niyo po yung inverse relationship between these two. Okay? So, yun yung general note or general insight na I would like to hear from you. Okay? So, along with these parameters, we also have yung weight on beat. So, weight on beat, I have already discussed this one with you. So, weight on beat daw po is required to overcome the compressibility of the formation. Kasi if hindi, ang tendency is masira or mag-wear yung mismong mga teeth. No? Kasi, syempre, in terms of the compressibility of the formation, dapat yung ating beat in terms of the weight on beat, the rotary speed, and yung rate of penetration po niya in general, will withstand yung compressibility or dapat mas mataas po siya doon sa compressibility niya in order for it to be crushed. Okay? Okay po. And syempre, once this threshold is exceeded, yung penetration rate increases with the weight on beat. So, there is a direct relationship with ROP and WOB. Okay. However, there is a limitation in terms of the HHP. If you could remember, we have already discussed HHP or the hydraulic horsepower sa ating beat. So, kapag daw po yung ating HHP is not sufficient or medyo mababa po siya, yung ating pong ROP is nababawasan. Okay. So, nababawasan yung ROP, meaning kapag mababa yung ROP, it will require us time to drill a particular formation. And this will lead us to, again, a conclusion na magiging costly yung ating operation kasi mas matagal natin siya madidrill. Okay? Clear po iyon. Clear. So, along with it, yung ROP natin is nababawasan. What are the causes? So, we have two causes or we have two possible causes. The first one is bit balling. The second one is the bottom hole balling. So, what is the difference between these two? Yung main difference niya lang po is that the bit balling is for the soft formation, the bottom hole balling is for the hard formation. So, ano yung pinagkaiba niya? Sa bit balling, ang tendency, since soft formation yung ating na-encounter, mas magiging sticky yung formation. Pag sticky yung ating formation, ang tendency, ang nangyayari doon sa formation, dumidikit siya doon sa pagitan ng ngipin. Para nagiging ano siya, ngima nung ating bit. No, so that is for the bit balling. For the bottom hole balling, yung ating pong formation in terms of the hardness, kung hard po siya, syempre yung mga particles po niya is fine in nature. So for one example is yung shale. The shale is considered as one of the hard formation. And shale, in terms of the materials or yung kanyang particles, fine po siya or pino. And kapag yan ay na-crush ng ating bit, ang tendency, these fine particles will clog yung ating hole. No. So, ang tendency, naharangan niya yung ating yung mismo which will require us to increase the rotary speed para, syempre, ma-maintain natin yung ROP. Kasi may hindrance doon sa ating formation. Clear po iyan. Clear yung difference between the bit balling and the bottom hole balling. Okay, so we have discussed din naman itong HHP. No? So let's proceed with the IADC bit classification. Hindi ko pala na-erase yung mga ginamit natin kanina. Ginamit ko kanina sa O1. Okay, we have the roller cone bit. No, so yung first, for the nomenclature for the roller cone bit. So, syempre yung una natin mapapansin dito, na una yung numerical value or numerical element kesa doon sa ating alphabetical element. Okay, so yung first three element ng ating code is numerical in nature. Yung last one is alphabetical in nature. So yung ating first numerical element, it is pertaining to the cutting structure series. Okay, so this is just a review since you have already discussed this one in drilling technology. May I call on Miss Bourbon? Anong ibig sabihin po nung 5 doon sa ating code? Andrea Lynn. Dito ba si Miss Andrea Lynn?
Yes po, sir. Dun po sa 5 po, sa first, ang meaning niya po ay insert bits po siya. and soft to medium formation po with low compressive strength. Hindi po barinig.
Ay, sorry. Ako pala yung naka-off mic. Okay, thank you, Miss Barbo.
Okay po.
Uy, imik kanina. So, tama naman yung sinabi niya, ano. So, yung first natin makakonsider is kung anong type po ng roller cone po. Iyan. It could be steel tooth or it could be an insert bit. Diga. However, for this particular example, you can see it is 5. So, basically, 5 is under insert bits. Okay? Then, next step or next procedure is to check kung saang formation po siya design. Since 5 po siya, so basically, it is for soft to medium formation with low compressive strength. Okay? Clear po iyon? Okay. Doon naman sa 1, yung second numerical value. Let's have... Wait, tawag na to kanina. Let's have Karen. Ano daw po ang 1? Yung in-indicate ng 1.
Yung pong 1 ay nire-refer po kung how hard the specific formation is within the series. Example po, yung 1, yun po ay softest formation, tapos po yung 4, hardest formation po. Parang ganun po.
Okay, so technically, based on Miss Karen's answer, so this one, itong nasa mismo example natin, this only means that this particular bit is designed for the softest formation. So hindi po pwede na siya ay gamitin for hard formation kasi it can deteriorate the bit itself. Okay, clear po iyon. Let's go with number 7. Saan naman po yung number 7? Para saan siya? Let's have... Let's have Jomari. Para saan yung number 7? Ito ba si Jomari?
Ano po, para po sa bearing or gauge po. Tapos yung ano po nung 7 ay ano po, sa sealed friction bearing, tapos gauge protected po.
Okay, so basically this 7 is pertaining to sealed friction bearing. Okay, simple as that. Number for the letter G or yung atin pong alphabetical element. For alphabetical element, let's have shuffle kung let's have Nilmar. Dito ba si Nilmar? Parang wala siya sa meet. Okay, let's proceed with Calvin.
Ang G po ay nag-i-indicate po ng for ano po siya, features available po. Yun po ay body protection po.
Okay, so siya po is for the gauge body protection. And if you could notice, yung 7 is somehow related po siya doon sa G. Bakit? So, di ka siya ay sealed friction bearing and it is gauge protected. And as you can see, yung ating alphabetical value or alphabetical element is pertaining to gauge and body protection. So, it does make sense. Ano po? May questions po? So, most of the time, itong 7 is associated with G. But, syempre, if there's additional feature, given na siya ay G. So, syempre, kung halimbawa siya ay merong, let's say, siya po ay pang horizontal steering application. So, basically, H yan. And, kumbaga, given na siya ay merong gauge and body protection. Since it is already given doon sa 7. Clear po? Clear yan? Next, let's have... Do you have any question with the roller cone bits po? If you don't have any question, kindly give me some response for me to proceed. Okay. So I assume na wala na kayong question. Let's proceed po with the fixed scatter bits. Okay. For fixed scatter bits, just like what I have mentioned earlier, so yung atin po code or yung nature ng code natin, mauuna yung alphabetical kaysa doon sa kanyang numerical values. Okay? So, doon sa alphabetical value po ng ating code, it is only either M or S, or matrix or steel body. So, yun, nabanggit ko na yung about sa M or S. So, basically, this is M, so matrix body po siya. Possibly, tungsten carbide. Okay? Then, in terms of the numerical values, the first numerical value, which is 4, ano pong ini-indicate po niya? Let's have, sabi mo stop. Natawag na siya ulit. Let's have Hazel. Hazel, ano daw po ang ibig sabihin ng number 4 dito sa M432? Dito ba si Hazel? Is Hazel... Ano yung meaning ng 4, Hazel?
Yung 4 po ay yung cutter density, which is, ano po, yung PDC po niya ay 1 to 4, yung diamond bits po ay 6 to 8.
Okay. So, yung number 4, siya is pertaining sa cutter density. So, in terms of cutter density, syempre, identify po muna natin kung siya po ay PDC or kung siya ay diamond bits. No. So, yung diamond bits, it could be TSP, it could be natural diamond, and it could be the impregnated diamond. So, since number 4 po siya, classified po siya as PDC. And in terms of the numerical value, it is stated here that the lower the number, the lighter the set of the bit. And since number 4 po siya, siya yung pinakamabigat doon sa series. Okay, so mabigat po or heavyweight PDC po, iyan. Clear po yun? Clear. Okay, let's have the number 3. Let's call Enriquez. Ano ibig sabihin ng number 3?
Yung sa number 3 po, yun po yung ano po, nag-i-indicate po ng cutter size or type. So, for PDC cutter po, in 1 indicates 24 millimeters. So, ang nakalagay po dyan is 3. So, it is between 8 and 4 millimeters po.
Okay. So, yung first step for this second numerical value or second numerical element would be, first, you need to identify kung siya ay for PDC. Siyempre, na-identify na siya din sa 4 diga na siya ay PDC. Kung PDC po siya, we are pertaining to the diameter or the size of our cutter. Kung siya naman po ay diamond bits, we are pertaining to the type or yung mismong specific type ng ating cutter. Okay? So, for example, so dito, yung 3 natin is pertaining to the size which is between 8 to 14 millimeters. However, on the other note, for example, itong ating 4, gawin natin siyang 6. Kung siya ay 6, classified na po siya as diamond bit. And yung 3 po niya will pertain to the type of the cutter. Hindi na siya for the diameter. Nakukuha? And since siya po ay diamond bit, number 3, this is pertaining to the combination of a natural diamond and TSP. Klaro po iyon. Okay, so correction lang dito sa cutter density if I'm not mistaken since nawawala ang 5. Kasama siya dito sa diamond bits. So diamond bits is 5 to 8. Okay pa. Clear po iyon. Wala na magtatanong yan ha. Nabanggit ko na yan. Okay. For the last numerical value, let us have dipasupilrenaline. Ano po ang ibig sabihin ng number 2?
Sir, excuse po. Si Dipasupil po ay nasa ospital po. Mag-session na lang daw po ng email. Thank you po.
Okay. Let's have... Kaya mong sagutin yun, Subi. Ikaw na sumalo kay
Sige
Reynalyn.
po. Yung 2 po is per profile po, which is the final digit that indicates po the general body style and varies from 1, which is a flat profile, to 4, which is long flank turbine style po.
Ano ibig sabihin ng number 2? It is already given that it is more of sa body style or general body style or yung profile niya nga. What does number 2 means? Yes, Ivan, Yuri. Si Yuri.
So, since it's in between po ng flat profile or long flank turbine style, I think, since wala po indicated, I think it's medium profile po.
So, if you consider medium profile, it's pertaining to 2 and 3. But since it is more inclined sa flat profile, so somehow it could be described as slightly flat. Okay? Slightly flat po ang number 2. So, kung yung number 3 is slightly long flanked. Okay, clear po yan. Okay po. So, yun. Do you have any questions with regards po sa IADC drill bit classification? Question? Okay, so if you don't have any question, let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so we have here the graph, another graph again, that shows the relationship between the weight on bit and the ROP. Siyempre, you can already see that there is a direct relationship with weight on bit and ROP. What do I mean by direct relationship? Pagtaas ng ating weight on bit disregarding its HHP or the hydraulic horsepower is pagtaas din po ng ating ROP. Okay, so yun po yung ibig sabihin na siya ay mayroong direct relationship with one another. Then, in terms of the roller cone bit, there is a WOB limitation. So, it could be limited by these factors. We have the formation types, hole deviation, bearing type, and bearing life, and the tooth life. So, basically, hindi ko na siya kailangan i-explain. Yan naman po ay self-explanatory kung bakit yan nakaka-apekto doon sa ating weight on bit. And actually, yung weight on bit, nakaka-apekto din siya sa bearing life and tooth life. Diga, we have already discussed it last time when one of your classmates asked about kung ano yung mga parameters na nakaka-apekto for the bearing life and also for the tooth life. Okay? Siyempre, sa hole deviation naman, ito naman ay given na itong formation type. Itong hole deviation, siyempre, kapag, let's say, slightly tilted yung ating formation or siya po ay deviated, ang tendency, mag-iiba yung forces. If you could remember yung basic principles sa statics of rigid bodies or sa engineering mechanics na lang, sabihin na natin engineering mechanics. Siyempre, pag inclined po yan by a certain angle, tendency, nagbabago yung kanyang force, diga. So technically, this one is somehow analogous with such condition. Clear po iyon. Clear po? Okay. So, syempre, we have here the ROP versus RPM or the rotary speed. Syempre, you can already see that there is also a direct relationship with one another. Then for the mud properties, we have here this one. Yung first statement states that in order to prevent an influx of formation fluid, so ito naka-highlight, galit na galit yung underline. Ano ba yung term natin for the influx of formation fluids into the borehole or the well bore? Ano yung term na ginagamit natin? Let's have Maricar. Ano yung term na ginagamit natin dyan? Yung one word lang.
Good afternoon po, sir. Yun nga po, sir, yung kick po.
Okay, so basically that is the kick, correct. So this kick, in order for us to prevent the kick, yung ating hydrostatic pressure daw should be slightly higher with saan? Slightly higher siya saan? Is it pertaining to the atmospheric pressure? Is it pertaining to the bottom hole? Saan? Saan daw siya dapat mas mataas? Yung ating hydrostatic pressure para ma-prevent natin ang kick. Other hands. Let's have parang lahat ng tawag ko na. Let's have, hindi pala, ang tawag ko na din pala to. Let's have Joanna. This is Joanna. Saan daw dapat mas mataas or slightly higher yung ating hydrostatic pressure para maiwasan natin ang kick?
Hello po sir, good afternoon po. Yun nga po ay yung sa sa mud hydropressure po.
Saan nga daw dapat mas mataas itong mud hydrostatic pressure? Kasi in order for us to prevent the kick, kailangan itong hydrostatic pressure ng mud is mas mataas doon sa isang parameter. Ano yung parameter na yon? So technically, dapat pressure din siya. Kasi in order for us to compare the values, kailangan yung unit niya is the same. Saan siya dapat mas mataas?
Sa formation pressure po sir.
Okay, good. So dapat siya ay mas mataas sa formation pressure. Kasi if the tendency or yung situation natin, mas mataas yung formation pressure kaysa sa ating hydrostatic pressure or yung in reality, dapat siya yung ECD or the circulating pressure or siya yung nagiging result ng ECD or the equivalent circulating density. Kapag ang tendency ay gano'n, na mas mataas yung formation pressure, ang tendency, diga pag physics, basic physics, yung substance natin will move from higher pressure papuntang sa lower pressure. And since mas higher yung pressure sa formation, yung fluid sa formation, ang tendency, papasok siya doon sa borehole kasi mas mababa ang pressure doon sa borehole. Okay? Which leads to kick. And in order for us to prevent such, dapat mas mataas ang ating hydrostatic pressure kesa sa ating formation pressure. However, meron tayong tinatawag na lost circulation. Yung lost circulation is somehow kabaliktaran ng kick. Diga? Yung lost circulation, by definition, it is the intrusion naman ng ating drilling mud papunta sa formation, which causes it to reduce its hydrostatic pressure. Okay, nagigets nyo yung point? Paano natin na-prevent naman ang ganong case? Paano natin na-prevent yung ganong case? Na siya ay magkaroon ng lost circulation. Yes. Where were we? Paano natin prevent yung ating Yes, Florence.
Siguro po sir sa pag-control po ng mud weight po. Dapat po hindi po siya mataas po para po ma-maintain po natin yung proper drilling po.
Okay. So basically in terms of good answer, in terms of the human interference or yung pakikialam ng tao, syempre, makokontrol natin siya pag-control ng ating mud density. However, there is a natural way or hindi siya sinasadya nangyayari pero nangyayari siya. Hindi siya artificial nangyayari. Which causes it or which causes to our mud na hindi siya mag-loss circulate or mag-fluid loss. Ano yung nangyayari doon? Ano na-form? Nandiyan na ang clue. Nasa presentation ng clue. Ito ang clue. Nakasulat, Cake. Are you familiar with cake? Hindi birthday cake, ha? Are you familiar with mud cake? Filter cake, mud cake, cake. Madaming tawag doon. but it is just the same. So yung cake, siya po is an impermeable medium that is generated due to the infiltration of this water-based mud doon sa ating formation, or yung first layer ng formation, or yung first contact. Yun yung ano, 'di ba, we have a profile doon sa ating drill borehole. Meron tayong invaded zone, meron tayong tawag doon. We have the invaded zone, we have the virgin zone, and yung nasa gitna niya ay yung transitional zone. So basically doon sa invaded zone, ang tendency yung atin pong drilling mud is mag-infiltrate doon sa ating formation, which causes it to produce this cake. And this cake is impermeable in nature. Siya yung nagsisilbing natural barrier sa ating mismong sa ating borehole, lalong-lalo na kung wala pa siyang casing or open hole pa lang po siya. Diga? So ang tendency, itong cake na ito, it will prevent yung atin pong drilling mud na magkaroon ng fluid loss, and also on the other end, it can prevent the reservoir fluids, lalo na yung mga low lying or yung mga shallow aquifer na mag-intrude doon sa ating formation, sa ating borehole. Clear po iyon. Clear po. Okay. So, ito namang details ng mga ganito, we'll be discussing this one in Drilling Hydraulics. Chapter 4. So, before pa din siya mag-midterms. So, yun. I think, yun lang naman. Ito naman ay more of the specific na. So, lahat naman itong nasa baba na ay na-discuss na po natin during our meeting, no? So we still have time. I think we're up to 1 p.m. Tama ba 1 p.m.? 10:30. 1 p.m. na. Yon. So we still have less than an hour. So the remaining time, I'll be giving it to you for you to answer yung atin pong chapter exercises. Kasi itong itong dalawa, nasagutan na namin siya sa O1. So, for you, I'll be giving you the enough time to answer all of these problems. No? Para po ma-practice natin or ma-test natin or ma-assess natin ang sarili natin if we already understand the topic, specifically yung calculation parts. Then, this one naman po will be part of your problem sets. So, yung problem set po natin is starting from chapter 1 up to chapter 4, yung chapter exercises natin. Ilan to? Madami. Wait lang. Tapusin ko lang. Then, may questions pa kayo? Guys? Do you have any questions? Okay, so if wala na pong questions, I'll be stopping. I'll stop